Hey, welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. Here I am right in downtown Mariposa. When's the last time you've been there? You're going to want to go after you see this. Let's bring in my good buddy, Bob Borchard, owner of Bet's Gold Coin. Bob, how's it going?
Absolutely awesome.
It's awesome to have you here. Now, Bob's going to be stopping by every Thursday because what we want you guys to do is see what Mariposa has to offer and get up there and have some fun. It's just about an hour drive away, and it seems like you're in a whole nother world. Now, Bob, you own Bet's Gold Coin.
My wife and I own Bet's Gold Coin.
How long have you owned it?
We're working on our third year now.
And how's things going?
Oh, it's going great. It's been a great learning experience. This is all a new business to me. My wife has been at it for 30 some odd years, but I'm a city planner by training and education and occupation.
Well, that should have got you in fine form to run a bar.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Now,
it's not a bar, though. It's a tavern.
It's a tavern, which means that everyone's invited.
Well, that means everyone's invited, but it's sort of like the battleship story. You can put a boat on a ship, but you can't put a ship on a boat. You can put a bar in a tavern, but you can't put a tavern in a bar.
All right.
If
that doesn't get people up there, I don't know what will.
We have excellent food.
You do have excellent food.
Great service, and a full-service bar with entertainment inside of probably one of the oldest historic buildings in the Mother Lode.
Now, Bet's Gold Coin's been there since 1849. And speaking of entertainment, since I started the show in September, I can't tell you how many great bands I've had come out of that Mother Lode region up there. It's just amazing. It's been blowing my mind, the quality of bands that are coming up there and the number of bands that are coming out of Mariposa.
Well, I think that's something that people really don't realize, and it's not just the performance venues. We have some really fine artists that live up in that area as well. I think everyone is familiar with Ansel Adams. You know, he began his career with Yosemite and photographing Yosemite, but we also have some fine artists, fine arts. We have some performing artists that are stellar.
Stellar.
And on top of that, we are the smallest town in the United States with a full-fledged symphony orchestra.
And I know that's true. My wife and I were just up there last weekend. I had 3 different people tell me, do you know about our Philharmonic Orchestra up here? Because we are the smallest town in America that has a Philharmonic Orchestra. How did that even happen?
Oh, I have theories. The theories are that Yosemite, that whole region, we attract some really talented people. It's a spectacular area. It's got some really deep, significant historic roots, and it has attracted some very talented people over the years. And these talented people have built sort of an art community in a sense. And so when our symphony conductor Les Marsden moved up here from the Central Valley. He was down south of Fresno. He was raised in this country. He moved up to Mariposa, and he had a wealth of talent that he could draw upon. I'm going to invite him to be one of my guests in one of the shows within the next few weeks, actually.
Well, I think this is a good time to tell everybody that Bob will be back every Thursday at noon, because what he's taken upon himself is to educate people in the Central Valley and all over the world on what a cool place Mariposa is to go. In fact, my wife and I have made that our second home, and we have high hopes of making that our future home.
Well, that's good. I happen to know a good realtor.
Good realtor. We're going to stay with you, Bob.
Well, that one caught you, didn't it?
Now, Mariposa has a lot of great things going on. We started going there frequently last summer, and I love that music in the park thing. It's just such a great thing to have for the community and for visiting families like us. We loved it.
It is a full venue for all ages. The art park, unless you've been there, it's a grassy area with a stage down below, and the musicians come and play on that stage, and kids are rolling on the grass. I
know ours were.
It's pretty amazing. In the summertime, under the stars out there and listening to great music.
It's free Friday and Saturday nights for the family to go out there and hang out. But that's not the only thing that goes on there. Last weekend, Bob invited us up for, and I have to tell you, Bob, one of the most amazing events that I've ever been to in my life. It was the Worldwide Storytelling Festival, and I thought I was a good talker. Oh my gosh. There were some people up there that were just true pros in storytelling, and I want to thank you right here on TV and let you know that we had such a great time, and you're such a great friend. It was awesome to go up to Mariposa for that event.
Well, you're a good friend too.
Yeah.
And so
And additionally, Kim and I are both real excited about you doing this spot on here. And we're not excited for you. We're not excited for us. We're excited for everybody that gets to experience Mariposa the way we have. It's just such an awesome little town. It's just it's a short drive from Fresno, and so many great things to do.
It's I think the thing that really is important with respect to Mariposa, it's certainly on the way to Yosemite. And of course, Yosemite has attracted the talent that we have in that community. But in addition to that, it's where history lives. Significant events in the formation of California as a state,
right,
the discovery of gold in California, how we became the nation that we are. And the roots of that story are in the building that the gold coin is housed in, the old Fremont adobe. John C. Fremont came to Mariposa in the early 1849, and right after the discovery of gold. And he's the father of that town. He was also a significant explorer. He's well known in the 1830s, 1840s. He was a Civil War general. And quite an entrepreneur. He was hoping, of course, to use all the money that he made off of the Mariposa mine to form a national railway system, but
how'd that work out for him?
It didn't work out with a darn for him. He lost his fortune in that, but
he started Mariposa, and that's what we're here to promote. And I think it's just a gem. It's a jewel of our Central Valley here. And for the people that haven't been there, I think you got to get up there. You got to take the family and go check it out.
When when you drive through town, you see the old buildings, and they all date from anywhere from 1849 with the Fremont adobe up to the 1900s.
Well, here's it. Is this the gold coin in its infancy right there?
Actually, it is. That's the old Fremont adobe. The interesting story about that picture there is that the town was just, the reason it's a picture is the town had just been electrified. It had gotten electricity from one of the mines. And it was before Highway 140 was built. And so the town, the buildings were at the same level as the road. Unfortunately, when the highway came through, that wouldn't accommodate modern cars, so you have a big elevation drift, and
which is kind of one of the things that is really attractive about that town. As you're walking around, you are a little bit off the street, and you're looking down at it, and there's just so many great shops up and down there. It's a super fun place to go. Now we have
it's a fun place to live too.
Here we go.
Well, I came here in 1977, and to be honest with you, I was just passing through, and I fell in love with that town, and I've been there ever since.
And I hear that story from so many people up there. I just came to visit, and I never left. Now, is this a shot right here of the gold coin again?
Well, that's the Fremont adobe,
right?
And that's the main shot of.
And look at this next one up here. Wow.
Yep, that's
Main Street right there. You can see Bet's Gold Coin, the original old sign hanging off the street right there. Yes, look at that.
The story of the Gold Coin Tavern is the Greenemeyer brothers had a gold find right after Prohibition. They took all of their findings, their gold up out of the Green Hill area, and they invested it because they thought that with the passing of prohibition, there'd be big money in alcohol. So they opened up the sports tavern in the old Fremont Adobe. They took every nickel they had from that mine and invested it in the renovation of that building and the restoration of it. And to be honest with you, that building is probably here today because of the Greenemeyer family in the old days investing the proceeds from their gold coin mine.
Awesome. Now, you're going to be back every Thursday, Bob, but I know that today you want to talk about some of the events that are coming up. So what do we have coming up in Mariposa other than that big old butterfly festival they got coming up in May?
Well, of course we have the Butterfly Festival, but probably next week I'd like to, do you know what a clamper is?
I do know what a clamper is. They take care of historical monuments throughout the state of California, and one day I hope to be one.
Well, I'm going to be working on that. But they also protect widows and orphans, and E-Clampus Vitus is a historical society, or a historical drinking society.
Or that's why I want to join.
Or a drinking historical society. I can't remember. I have to go back and look at the handbook. But at any rate, the Clampers are dedicating our high school. They're giving it a 100-year plaque for.
Wow.
It's one of the oldest high schools in California.
And I was just in the auditorium a couple of weeks ago.
Well, the irony here is that this old 100-year-old high school has probably one of the most progressive, innovative multimedia art programs in the state.
I know they do.
And so I want to maybe talk a little bit about this. The clamper thing's the plaquing of the school, but it's a great story with respect to our community, and it kind of showcases the art and technology that we have in this rustic little old historic town on top of a hill over there by the old Fremont Adobe that houses Bet's gold coin. But we also have our symphony orchestra, and following that, they have a show that they're going to be doing in April, and a symphony, and it's their first annual, their annual spring breakout, and they do a show up at the Awane Hotel, and they also do a concert in town of Mariposa. So
I got to go to that. I love it. Bob, I'm sorry that we're running out of time. I could talk to you all day long about Mariposa, but you'll be back every Thursday to let people know what's going on up in Mariposa, bringing some of those great Mariposa people with you, and getting some of us down here in the valley up there to have a great time with you at Bet's Gold Coin.
Well, you're invited.
All right.
And you can bring your friends from the valley.
All right. Bob Borchard from Bet's Gold Coin in Mariposa, California, Old Town Mariposa. Go up and see him. Tell him that you saw him right here on Central Valley Buzz. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
This segment is brought to you by